Students, sorry for the delay. Students, am I audible now? Raise your hands. Okay. So we will start with the lecture now. As you all know, we are going to discuss many things in this lecture. We will discuss things like what is your IT syllabus. Then we will see format for your IT online exam. Along with that, we will see what is the format for practical exam. We will see chapter wise marks distribution, reduced syllabus. We will see marks distribution according to question paper type. In case if you have any doubts, you can ask your doubts at the end of this session. Now, the very first thing which I would like to discuss is your syllabus. As you all know, your IT textbook consists of 6 chapters. The very first chapter is advanced web designing. Then we have introduction to SEO. The third chapter is advanced JavaScript. Then emerging technologies, server-side scripting, that is PHP. And the last chapter you have in your syllabus is e-commerce and e-governance. Now, out of these 6 chapters, first chapter and third chapter, that is advanced web designing and advanced JavaScript, and the fifth one also, server-side scripting PHP. These 3 chapters are technical. Means what? In this chapter, we will be studying, or you have studied HTML, then you have studied JavaScript, you have studied PHP. Remaining chapters, that is chapter number 2, chapter number 4, and chapter number 6. These chapters are very easy. These chapters are very, the concepts given in the chapters are very easy to understand because we have been using all these concepts in our day-to-day life. So you'll be able to score very easily in IT exam if you study all these chapters. Now, look at the first chapter, Advanced Web Publishing. In this chapter, you have studied HTML language. You have written and you have executed many HTML programs. Second chapter is Introduction to SEO. In this chapter, you have studied how to optimize websites, how to get a high rank for your website. The third chapter talks about JavaScript language. In this chapter, you have studied JavaScript language, its functions, its uses, how to execute JavaScript programs. The fourth chapter talks about various upcoming technologies, various emerging technologies like IoT, cloud computing, 5G, AI. Fifth chapter is about server-side scripting language, which is PHP. In this chapter, you have studied various functions, variables, used in PHP. You have executed many PHP programs. We have also conducted practical on PHP. And the very last chapter is e-commerce and e-governance. In e-commerce and e-governance, we saw what is e-commerce, what are the types of e-commerce, what are the different trade cycles in e-commerce, and how e-commerce can be used by government to deliver its services to common citizens like us. So I repeat, chapter number 2, chapter number 4, and chapter number 6 are scoring chapters. These are very easy chapters. And 1, 3, and 5. Chapter number 1, 3, and 5. These chapters are technical chapters. You can score in these chapters, but you have to study hard. You cannot skip in each chapter. You have to study all the chapters for exam. Now, as you all know, we have performed many SOPs, many skill-oriented practicals. Now, you are supposed to perform 5 practicals from advanced web designing, 4 from advanced JavaScript, and 3 from PHP. But due to COVID pandemic, this year the syllabus for practicals has reduced to 7 practicals. So we have performed 8 practicals, not 7. We did 1 practical extra. We have performed 8 practicals this year. Now we will see paper format for your IT online exam. Now your IT online exam consists of 8 questions. Your exam will be online. You do not have to use pen and paper. All you have to use is mouse and keyboard. You get sufficient time. You get 2 hour and 30 minutes to complete your IT paper. Your IT paper will consist of 8 questions. Now look at the first question. First question is fill in the blanks. Now first question will have 10 sub questions in it. So first question is of 10 marks. Each question carries 1 mark with it. For example, HTML stands for. You will be asked a question like HTML stands for, and you will be given a text box. In that text box, you have to type the answer of that question. So you will type hypertext markup language. Okay. Or you may be asked question like PHP is dash dash side language. So PHP is what? Server side language. The answer you will write is server, SERVER. Students, while writing the answer of questions from first question, you have to be very careful about the spelling. If the answer is HTML, and if you write HTML, if you write HTLM, you will lose marks for that question. You will not get full marks. So you have to be very specific about spellings. So even if you make a very small mistake while writing answer of that question, you will lose all marks for that question. Okay, this is about first question. First question is fill in the blanks. You will be given 10 questions. You have to fill all 10 blanks. You will not be given any options. All questions are compulsory. You have to fill all 10 blanks. Okay. Then moving to next question, that is question number 2. Question number 2 is state true or false. You have to read the statement very carefully, and you have to write. You have to not write, you have to type. You have to type whether that statement is true or false. For example, they may ask you a question like HTML stands for hypertext markup language. Now, what is the full form of HTML? It is hypertext markup language. So they will try to confuse you everywhere. Okay. It is hypertext markup language. Instead of markup, they will use similar words like makeup or mockup or shockup. So you have to read the question very carefully. HTML is hypertext markup language. So if they ask you question like HTML is hypertext markup language, you have to put false in front of that statement. Okay. So for first question, you have to answer that question. You have to type that blank, that answer very carefully without making any spelling mistake. And for question number 2, you have to read that question very carefully, and you have to state whether that statement is true or false. If it is true, you will type true. If it is false, you will type false. Okay. Then look at the third question. Third question is multiple choice, single answer. Now, for second question, also you will be given 10 questions. Each question will carry 1 mark. So 10 into 1 is 10. So for first three questions, each question will carry 1 mark. Okay. So look at the next question. That is question number 3. Multiple choice, single answer. There will be 10 questions in it. Each question will carry 1 mark. 10 into 1 is 10. So you will be given a statement, and you will be asked a question, and you have to select a correct answer from the four alternatives given to you. Okay, so you'll be given four choices A, B, C, D, and you have to select the correct choice. You have to select the correct answer. Okay, if you select that correct answer, you will get 1 mark. Otherwise, you will not get mark for that question. Each question will carry 1 mark with it. Again, you will not be given any optional. You will not be given any options. So, for first 7 questions, you will not. Sorry, for first 6 questions, you will not be given any options. All questions will be compulsory. This is about question number 3. Now, look at the question number 4. Question number 4 is also MCQ, but in this question, you have to choose two correct answers. Now, each question will carry 2 marks with it. Okay. So if you choose two correct answers, you will get 2 marks. If you select one correct answer, you will get 1 mark. And if the both answers which you have selected both are wrong, you will get 0 marks. Consider that correct options are A and C. And if you select A and B, you will get 1 mark. If you select A and D, again you will get 1 mark. If you select B and C, you will get 1 mark because B is incorrect and C is correct. So for question number 4, if you select both answers correctly, you will get 2 marks. If you select one correct answer and one incorrect answer, you will get 1 mark for that correct answer. Now, in this question, present question number 4, each question will carry 2 marks. 10 twos are 20. So, question number 4 is of 20 marks. Move to next question, question number 5. Now, question number 5 is also multiple choice question, but in this question, you have to select 3 correct answers. So, again, you will be given 4 answers. Out of 4, you have to select 3 correct answers. So, you will be given 5 answers. Sorry, you will be given 5 options, 4 or 5 options. Among given options, you have to select 3 correct answers. So, if you select 3 correct answers, if all answers are correct, you will get 3 marks. If you select 2 correct answers, you will get 2 marks. If you select one correct answer, you will get 1 mark. So, imagine that you are given 5 options for A, B, C, D, E. And suppose actual answers are ABC. If you select ABC, imagine that correct answers are ABC. If you select ABC, you will get all 3 marks. Instead of ABC, if you select ABD, you will get 2 marks. If you select ADE, you will get 1 mark. 1 mark for that. So uh, this is question number 5. This is multiple choice question with 3 correct answers. Now, there will be 2 questions in this question. There will be 2 sub-questions. Each question will carry 3 marks with it. So, 2 threes are 6. So, question number 5 is of 6 marks. Moving to next question. That is question number 6. Question number 6 is match the following. Now, in this question, you will be given 4 definitions in LHS, 4 definitions in left hand side, and four terms in right hand side. So you have to match the pairs. So one correct pair will give you 1 mark. So there will be four pairs. If you write all answers correctly, you will get 4 marks. If you write three answers correctly, you will get 3 marks. Moving to next question, that is question number 7. Number 7 is short answers. Answer briefly. Now, this question has 8 questions in it. Now, out of 8 questions, you have to solve any 5 questions. So, for question number 7, you get options. How many options do you get? You can solve any 5 questions out of 8. But I would advise you to solve all questions, because if you solve 5 questions and if you make some mistake in one of the question, you will lose marks for that question. But suppose if you have solved 8 questions, okay, and suppose you have made some mistake in 2 questions. Now the additional question which was solved correctly, that question will act as a backup. So you will not lose any marks because you have solved all questions, and they will choose. They means what? Examiner will correct uh, best 5 questions, best 5 answers from it. So even if you make mistake in couple of questions you solve, the additional questions you have solved, those questions will act as a backup. So I advise you to solve all questions from question number 7. Now, moving to question number 8. Before moving to question number 8, I would like to talk about question number 7. As I told you, there are 8 questions. Out of it, you have to solve any 5. Now, how will you answer the questions given in this question? Suppose question is what is EDI, or suppose the question is what is e-commerce. Now, for this question, you have to write at least 5 points. Okay. See, you have to solve 5 questions. 5 twos are 10. So weightage for this question is 10 marks. So each question will carry 2 marks. For 2 marks, you are supposed to write at least 5 points. I will take sample question. Suppose question is what is e-commerce. Now, in first point, you can write e-commerce is nothing but buying and selling of goods and services online. Okay, so that could be your first point. The second point you can write about e-commerce is in e-commerce, whatever buying and selling takes place, that takes place online. Then you can write third point as e-commerce is also called as paperless exchange of business information. Fourth point you can write as there are many e-commerce companies like Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, using which we can make order, we can buy a product. Then you can write types of e-commerce. You can explain what is EDI. You can define or you can write a trade cycle which is involved in e-commerce. So you have to write at least 4 to 5 points, at least 5 points for the question given in question number 7. If you write answer of this question in 1 or 2 lines, you will be losing marks for that. You will not get full 2 marks. So question itself tells that you have to answer that question briefly. So many students have written uh, answers of these questions in short in a prelim exam which we conducted last month. So remember, you have to answer those questions in question number 7 very much briefly. And remember, you have to type all answers. Do not have to use pen and paper. Okay. So If you want to cover your IT paper, your typing speed should be at least 25 words per minute. So do some typing practice before your IT exam, because you type a lot in IT exam. So to get typing practice, you can use software, or you can visit a website, something like monkeytyping.com. So there are many softwares, there are many websites which will help you to boost your typing speed. Okay. So remember, if your typing speed is not good, you will not be able to cover your IT paper. Okay, so that is about question number 7. Now, moving to question number 8. Now, question number 8 is divided into two parts. Question number 8A and question number 8B. Now, in question number 8A, you'll be given two HTML programs. Out of that, you can choose any one and you have to write a code for that program. So question number 8 is write a program using HTML or write a program using HTML. So there are two programs you have to solve, or you have to type any one. That program will carry 5 marks. So here you get one option. Now remember, you have to type that program in a text box provided. You cannot write that program, or you cannot test correctness of that program. See, generally what we do, we write any HTML program in Notepad. We save that program with HTML extension, and we test that program with help of some browser like Chrome, Firefox, etc. But in IT exam, you cannot do that. All you have to do is you have to type HTML program. You cannot test it. You cannot check it whether the program which you have written is correct or not. So remember, you have to be very particular. You have to be very accurate while typing this program. Okay. So I repeat, question number 8A, you'll be given question programs. You have option to type first or second program. That program will carry 5 marks with it. Now, question number 8B is also a program question. Now, in question number 8B, you will be given two JavaScript programs. Okay, you can choose first program or second program. It depends on your choice. Now, that program will carry 5 marks. So remember, students, you do not have to study PHP programs for your IT online exam. You have to study HTML and JavaScript programs for your IT online 80 marks exam. But for your IT practical exam, you have to study all HTML, JavaScript, and PHP programs. Okay. But for your 80 marks online exam, it is sufficient to study HTML and JavaScript programs. Now, which programs they can ask? They can ask you to write any HTML or JavaScript program which is given in the textbook. Okay, so it is not that they will ask you to type HTML program or JavaScript program uh, which is there in your practical handbook, IT practical handbook. It is not like that. They can ask you to write any program from your textbook. So for question number 8, you have to study entire textbook. Okay. Now, I would like to repeat this question paper pattern. Question number 1 is fill in the blanks. There will be 10 questions. Each question will carry 1 mark. So 10 into 1 is 10. Question number 2 is true or false. You have to state whether given statement is true or false. If it is true, you have to select true or you have to select false. Each question will carry 1 mark. 10 into 1 is 10. Then move to question number 3. Question number 3 is multiple choice single answer. You will be given a statement and you will be given 4 options. You have to select a correct option. You have to select a correct answer. If you select correct answer, that will give you 1 mark. So there will be 10 sub questions. 10 into 1 is 10. Moving to question number 4. Question number 4 is also multiple choice question, but here you have to select two correct answers. You will be given 4 options. Out of 4 options, you have to select two correct options, two correct answers. If you select two correct answers, you will get 2 marks. If you select one correct answer, you will get 1 mark. If the both answers which you have selected are wrong, you will get 0 marks. So, question number 4. In question number 4, there will be 10 questions. Each question will carry 2 marks with it. 10 twos are 20. Moving to question number 5. Question number 5 is also a multiple choice question, but here you have to select 3 correct answers. You have to select 3 correct options from the given options. If you select all 3 correct, you will get 3 marks. If you select two correct options, you will get 2 marks. If you select one correct answer, one correct option, you will get 1 mark. So question number 5 will have 2 questions in it. Each question will carry 3 marks. 2 threes are 6. So question number 5 is of 6 marks. Then moving to question number 6. Question number 6 is match the following. You will be given 4 terms in LHS and 4 terms in RHS. You have to match terms in LHS with terms in RHS. One correct match will give you 1 mark. 4 correct matches will give you 4 marks. Then question number 7 is short answers question. Actually, it's long answer questions. In this question, you will be given 8 questions. Out of 8, you have to solve any 5. But remember, you should solve all 8. You have to type the answer of questions given in question number 7 very briefly. You have to write at least 5 points for each question. Each question will carry 2 marks with it. 5 into 2, 10. That is question number 7 is of 10 marks. Moving to last question. The last question is question number 8A and 8B. It is divided into 2 sections, 8A and 8B. In question number 8A, you will be given 2 HTML programs. Out of that, you have to solve any one that would give you 5 marks. And for question number 8B, in question number 8B, you will be given 2 JavaScript programs. You can solve, you can type any one. And if you type that program correctly, you will get 5 marks for that. Now, students, remember, question number 1, question number 7 and 8. I repeat, question number 1, 7 and 8. These questions will be assessed by, these questions will be corrected by IT teacher. That's why you have to be very particular while answering these questions. So even if you make a very small mistake, you will lose marks for that mistake. So before some time, I have discussed, instead of HTML, if you write HTLM, you are going to lose marks for that. So for question number 1, 7 and 8, you have to be very particular about spellings, syntax and grammar. Now, for question number 7, you will be asked 8 questions. Now, if you do not know answer, try to answer that question in your use your brain and try to write few words or few sentences regarding that question. If the question is what is 5G, now you do not have to apply your brain to answer what is 5G. Now we are not using 5G in India yet, but you know that we are using all of us are using 4G. All of us are using smartphones, and all of us are using 4G SIM card in those smartphones. So we know what is 4G. Then what is 5G? 5G is extension to 4G. Okay. The second point you can write is 5G. In 5G, we get better signal than 4G. 5G covers more area than 4G. So even if you do not know exact answer, you can write relevant information about that question. Okay. So do not You have to answer all questions from question number 7. Try to answer that question. Okay, do not keep those fields, answer fields blank. Okay, now for question number 7, you have to write answer as close as given in your textbook. Okay, but if in case you do not remember exact words or exact sentences, you can write that answer in your own words. Okay, but try to type those answers as close as given in your textbook. Okay, I have talked about question number 8 and question number 8A and question number 8B. Now, how will you study? You have to study your IT textbook first. Okay, you have to buy IT textbook by Bal Bharti. We will study all the theory. After you study all the theory, solve all the questions which are given below each chapter. Once you are done with that, you can use TPS book or Uttam book. I'm not sure about Uttam Publications book or Reliables book. Personally, I'm using TPS book. So I would advise you to make use of a TPS book. If you want to use any other publication, you can. It's your choice. So do not start studying MCQs directly. You will not be able to answer MCQs if you don't know concepts. So read the theory first, then start studying MCQs because there are more than 800 MCQs. There are more than 800 MCQs in your textbook and your TPS book. So it is not possible to remember to by heart all those MCQs. So if you know the concepts, you will be able to answer all MCQs correctly. So do not start studying TPS book or reliable book directly. Read your IT textbook first, then start studying MCQs. Moving to next slide. Now in next slide, I will discuss practical structure for your IT exam. Now, in your practical sleep, uh, you will be given two programs from two skill sets. So we have executed programs on we have executed HTML programs, then we have executed JavaScript programs, we have performed PHP programs. So we have studied three skill sets this year: HTML, JavaScript, and PHP. HTML is the first skill set, JavaScript is the second, and PHP is the third. So your practical sleep will contain two programs from two skill sets. Okay, so they will ask you to type HTML program or JavaScript program. So it's your choice. Uh, you can type HTML program if you want, or you can go for JavaScript programs, or they will ask you to type HTML or PHP program, or they will ask you to type JavaScript or PHP program. So in all, you'll be given two programs from two skill sets. You have to attempt only one. Okay, so students should perform any one practical based on skill sets taught during the academic year. So I have taught you all three skill sets. Okay, so we have performed HTML programs, we have performed JavaScript programs, and we have performed PHP programs as well. Now, this is for practical. You have to type, you have to write the code on paper. So correct handwritten code will carry 5 marks. Okay, that code should be errorless. That code will carry 5 marks. Correct typing and syntax will carry 5 marks. For output, you will get 3 marks. So execution carries 3 marks, and whatever output you will get, you have to get printout for that output that carries 2 marks. So total 15 marks. Okay, and complete and certified journal carries 5 marks. So your practical exam is of 20 marks. This is the bifurcation. Handwritten code 5 marks, correct typing and syntax 5 marks, Execution carries 3 marks and printout carries 2 marks. And your journal, correct, complete and certified journal will carry 5 marks. Total comes out to be 20 marks. Remember, you have to bring your IT journal at the time of your practical examination. If you do not bring your IT journal, you will not be allowed to appear for your IT practical exam. So journal is very much compulsory. Okay. Now this year, actually we are supposed to conduct 12 practicals, but due to COVID, the practical syllabus has been reduced to 7. So we have conducted 8 practicals. We did one practical extra. So we have discussed this part. In general, you have to attach certificate and index. All of you did that. So I'm skipping this slide. So as I told you earlier, your practical exam slip will consist of 2 questions from 2 skill sets. Like one question from skill set 1, another from skill set 2, or another combination can be one question from skill set 2 and another from skill set 3. Now, this is the topic wise mass distribution. There are 6 chapters. The first chapter carries highest marks. Advanced web designing carries highest marks, 25 marks with options. Second chapter carries 12 marks. Third chapter carries 20 marks. Fourth chapter carries 12 marks. And fifth chapter carries 15 marks. And sixth chapter carries 12 marks. So the very first chapter carries 25 marks. So first chapter and third chapter, these 2 chapters carry maximum weightage. So you have to study these 2 chapters very thoroughly and do not skip any chapter. Okay, you can score more than 85 marks in IT if you prepare well. Okay, do not skip any chapter. All chapters are easy to understand. You can go to the recordings. You can use IT textbook. You can use TPS. You can use Reliable, but do not skip any chapter at all. Now we will see. This is the distribution of mark object wise. So there will be 15 questions based on knowledge, 21 questions will based on comprehension and all. Now there will be 60 questions. There will be 60 objective questions which will carry 60 marks. There will be 8 short questions which will carry 10 marks, and programs, HTML and JavaScript programs will carry 10 marks. So we have discussed this part a few minutes back. So I will not waste time on this. Now this slide talks about your IT syllabus. Now in your textbook, you will find this part, activities, extra work. You do not have to study this part for your IT exam. So at the end of each chapter or somewhere in your textbook, you will find these sections like activities, extra work. You do not have to study those sections, because whatever information given in those sections, that information will not be asked in the IT online exam. Okay. Then this is your reduced syllabus for IT subject. Nothing has been reduced from chapter number 1 and 2. So you have to study chapter number 1 and 2 without skipping any article in it. You have to study all. Then from chapter number 3, that is from advanced JavaScript, you do not have to study math object, data object, and array object. From chapter number 4, that is emerging technology, you do not have to study AI. And from chapter number 5, that is server-side scripting, you do not have to study these 3 points. Now this is the reduced syllabus for practicals. Now we have already conducted, we have already performed 8 practicals, so I will not talk on this slide. This is the blueprint for your IT online exam. So you can go through it. Now this is the distribution of marks according to types of questions. Now look at this slide very carefully. Look at question number 1, which is fill in the blanks. Now look at these rows. In row 1, you will see advanced web designing. In row 2, in column 2, we will find SEO. In column number 3, we will find advanced JavaScript and so on. This is ET, not RIT. This is ET, stands for emerging technology. This is for chapter number 5. Now remember, for question number 1, it is for fill in the blanks. You have to study all the chapters. See, you have to study advanced JavaScript, you have to study SEO, you have to study all chapters. For question number 2, that is for true and false, also you have to study all chapters. For question number 3, that is MCQ with one correct option, you have to study all chapters. For question number 4, you have to study all chapters. Now look at question number 5. For question number 5, that is MCQ with 3 correct answers. You do not have to study second chapter, third chapter, fourth chapter, and sixth chapter, because there are no marks allocated for these chapters and for this question. So for question number 5, that is for MCQ with 3 correct answers, you have to study chapter number 1 and 5. Do not study rest of the chapters. For question number 6, that is match the following pairs, you do not have to study chapter number 4 and 6 because there are no marks allocated for these chapters for this question. For question number 7, that is long answers, you do not have to study question number 1. You do not have to study chapter number 1, 3, 5. So which chapters you will study for last question? You will study SEO, then you will study emerging technology, that is chapter number 4, and you will study e-commerce and e-governance. For question number 7, you will be studying chapter number 2, then 4, and last chapter, that is e-commerce and e-governance. Okay. Now for question number 8, you have to study chapter number 1, that is advanced web designing, and chapter number 3, that is advanced JavaScript. So we have discussed this part a few minutes back. You will be asked to type HTML program or JavaScript program. You do not have to study PHP program for your IT online exam. This is the marks distribution according to questions, according to type of questions. Now, this distribution of marks may slightly vary paper to paper. So board has authority to make changes in this distribution. So there may be slight changes, there may be variations in this distribution. So I'm done with my presentation. If you have any questions, you can unmute yourself and you can ask your questions.
Sir, on what date is the exam? Because on the timetable they didn't say actually.
Your IT online exam will be conducted on 3 dates: 22 May, 24th of May, and 25th of May.
Okay, and we will get dates when the time comes.
Yeah,
for each student.
We'll get specific date that time.
Okay.
That date will be either 22 of May or 24th of May or 25th of May.
Okay, and the practical will take place after that only.
Yeah, your practical exam will be conducted after your theory exam.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Sir, for writing programs, like even if we miss a semicolon or a colon, will marks be cut there?
Yes, you have to be very particular about
the comma.
Question number 7 and question number 8, because question number 1, question number 7, and question number 8, these 3 questions will be corrected by your IT teacher. So you cannot make any grammatical mistakes or any syntactical mistakes. Even if you miss to write any curly bracket, opening curly bracket or closing curly bracket, you are going to lose marks for that. And even if you do not know anything about that program, suppose you are asked to write an HTML program using CSS to display names of some cities. So even if you know, if you even if you do not know anything about that program, you can write some HTML code. Now you know some HTML tags like HTML, header, title, body. So we can write all those tags. So do not keep any field blank. Okay, you will get marks for that. So even if you do not know answer of that question, write some relevant information, relevant program regarding that question. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, for writing the short answers, the 5 points question, we have to do the numbering like the normal question, normal way we do for PCM, right?
You can do numbering if you want, but we expect you to write at least 5 sentences.
Okay, so
Okay.
we can write one and the first sentence.
I'm saying at least. If you want to number your points, you can number. It's your choice.
Sir, can you repeat the practical part section you said?
Students will be getting recording of this lecture. So you can go to the recordings later on.
Okay, sir.
Sir,
Okay.
I have discussed.
sir, for programs we have to
So not we-
practice from the exercise behind the lesson.
and a JavaScript program from your textbook. So they can ask you to type any question.
Sir, is it
And
enough if we study only from
So-
IT book, textbook?
Uh, you, I advise you to study IT textbook as well as TPS book.
Okay. Sir.
So use IT textbook by Balabarti. Along with that, you should use TPS book. TPS book by Kinnari Publication and buy the latest edition.
Sir, if we make any mistakes, can we go back and correct them?
Yeah.
Means if you have submitted the answer and
change-
gone to next, then?
You can change your answers anytime before hitting submitting button. Once you hit submit button, your paper will be submitted to the server. Then you cannot make any changes. Okay. So once you are done with all 8 questions and you are sure that all questions you answered are correct, you have to submit button. You have to hit submit button. But once you hit submit button, you will not be able to make any changes into your answers.
Okay, sir. So submit button is for entire paper, not just for one question.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir.
sir, this year they were giving half an hour extra for every subject. So this 2 or 30 minutes is including the extra time.
We have not got any intimation from board yet. See, so we will let you know that time. There's time for that. But believe 2.5 hours, this much time is more than sufficient.
Sir, the practicals for exam will be from textbook only?
No, we have conducted 8 practicals this year, right?
Yes.
We have performed 4 programs from HTML, 2 from JavaScript, and 2 from PHP. So your practical slip will contain any 2 programs which you have performed this year. So open your calendar, you will find 8 programs. So you have to study all those 8 programs for your IT practical exam.
Sir, and for theory, the programs will be from textbook
For
or?
theory, yeah, textbook and TPS.
So for match the following, means just we have to match it, or we have to write the correct answer, or we have to type the correct answer.
You'll be given you will be given 4 radio boxes.
Okay.
You have to click on correct radio box. So like a male and female, right?
Yeah.
For male, you will tick on the box which is given in front of male. For female, you will tick the box which is given in front of female. It's like that. So it is very easy.
Okay.
and we will be there assisting you. Don't worry about that.
Sir, exactly means at which time we will be having our practical exam? Practical I'm talking.
We will let you know that next month.
Okay. Sir, and for filling the blanks, is it case sensitive?
You do not have to worry about whether. Do not worry about. You do not have to worry about that. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
It's not case sensitive. As I told you earlier, first question, 7th question, and 8th question will be assessed by IT teacher. So
Okay.
don't worry about cases.
Sir, and for practical, I mean program, the question number 8, are our textbooks and TPS only sufficient?
Yes, that is more than sufficient.
Means no programs other than that might be asked, right?
You are correct.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Sir, how
Yes.
many practical questions will be given in the practical slip?
Two questions will be given. You have to attempt any one.
Okay. And they'll be just from HTML and JavaScript.
HTML, JavaScript, and PHP.
Oh, all right. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Sir, the question for practicals will be only from journal? The IT?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Students, ask your questions fast. CS teacher has to start his lecture.
Sir, when to
Yes.
submit that IT journal?
This is relevant question. Any other questions you have?
Sir, will we get a question bank for IT as we got for other subjects?
Yes, we'll be getting.
By when?
See, you subscribe one channel. All of you subscribe one channel. The name of channel is IT Space Data. IT Space Data. You have to type a Telegram channel. I'm telling you name of Telegram channel. The name of channel is IT Space Data. Okay. In that channel, you will find all the information about IT subject like question papers, IT paper pattern. You will find all the information.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You'll be getting question papers, online question papers for IT subject. So I repeat, for question papers, you can use that Telegram channel.
Is
Okay.
there on 22nd, 24th, and 25th May, the same paper is there or there is difference?
So
in
you'll be
this?
getting different. Each one will have different question paper.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Students, I am sending you a link of this PDF, which I used for this presentation. You can download this PDF from the chat box. Check your chat box, Zoom chat box. You will find a link. Using that link, you will find, you will be able to download this PDF.
Sir, please repeat the name of the channel.
I'm typing that channel in your chat box. Just wait. Any other questions you have?
Sir, for filling the blanks, do we have to type the whole question?
You do not have to type any question. You just have to type answer. You'll be given a text box. You write, you type your answer in that text box.
Okay, sir, thank you.
You do not have to worry about anything else. We will be there to assist you. Don't worry.
Sir, will HSC officially release a question bank for IT as it has done for other subjects?
We have not got any confirmation from HSC board yet about IT subject.
Sir, we were told to do some practicals. When do we have to submit them?
This is not a relevant question. Please ask relevant questions. For other questions, you can contact your respective college number.
Hello.
Students, we will stop now. Any questions you have?
Sir, I can't seem to find a channel named IT Data.
Thank you, sir.
Do you have any questions in whatever I have discussed during this last 1 hour?
No, sir.
And you can find a link of this PPT in your chat section. Have you got that link? So save that link somewhere. You can save it on WhatsApp, or you can save it on Telegram, or you can upload that link on Google Drive, but save it somewhere. Okay. So thank you for your patience. CS students, sir will start your lecture in few minutes. Students, IT students can be listening. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.
Thank you, sir.